What does the Bible say about dinosaurs? My mom and I went to the Creation Museum last year, and I'm not gonna lie, I just went straight past like all the beginning, and I was like, "Where are the dinosaurs at?"
Did you visit the ark?
We didn't. We plan to go this fall though.
Okay.
A little bit outside of Cincinnati, but yes, we plan to go to the ark.
Yeah.
Is that gonna answer my question? The ark? Give me more.
Maybe.
Okay.
I'll leave that as a teaser.
Okay.
Yeah. No. I do think this is an important question, and oftentimes I think people think about as kids that ask this question, as kids that are concerned about like, what does the Bible have to say about dinosaurs? Why aren't dinosaurs in the Bible, or are they in the Bible? And so, but I've gotten this question on college campuses and online Q&As, and obviously from Jennifer as well.
I was going to say, thank God, because I'm feeling real childish right now after you said that.
So I do think there are some things that we can think about around this question. What does the Bible have to say about dinosaurs? And maybe there's a couple categories we can think about this differently. So pretext, context, and the text itself. So oftentimes the pretext of this question is an assumption that the Bible's silence on dinosaurs somehow invalidates its veracity. Like people will say things like, well, the Bible doesn't say anything about this, so obviously the authors were missing something that was key during this historical period, and we can't therefore trust the Bible. Well, this is often called an assumption of silence. Okay, and this is an argument from silence, and this treats the absence of evidence as evidence itself. So then this begs the question then, well, why doesn't the Bible say anything about dinosaurs? Well, we have to look at the context. So what is the overall point of the Bible? The point of the Bible from Genesis to Revelation is God's redemptive plan of the world and of human beings that reaches its zenith in the person of Christ. The Bible is not meant to be a science book. It's not meant to be a book on taxonomy. There are certainly animals and living creatures of all sorts discussed in the Bible, but this is only as it pertains to God's overall theme that I just mentioned. It's not that it's silent on dinosaurs due to some mishaps by its writers, but that dinosaurs aren't within the scope of the purpose of the overall Bible. Now, you may be asking yourself, okay, well, but Brandon, how about these creatures like the Leviathan and the Behemoth? I mean, both of these creatures are talked about in these audacious ways, and there's a lot of fear around them. So what about them? Well, scholars have talked about both of these and said that the Leviathan are probably most akin to the modern day crocodile, while the Behemoth is likely the modern day hippopotamus. And though you can find Leviathan talked about in probably about 5 or 6 different verses throughout the Bible, in Job 40 and 41, you can find both of them talked about in back-to-back chapters. Now, in Job 40, the Behemoth is talked about as a herbivore. And so that's part of why, and there's some other descriptors, that's part of why scholars think that this is the modern day hippopotamus. However, in Job chapter 41, you see a lot of really creative language used to describe the Leviathan. Now, you have to remember, though, this writer is telling it from his perspective. So he's seeing this incredibly large and audacious creature, and so he's telling you how he feels. And just because this creature may seem big and scary and things like that doesn't mean that it equates to what we would think about as a modern-day dinosaur. Now, there are a lot of other questions around this. For example, if one is a young Earth creationist, meaning if you believe that the universe is thousands of years old versus an old Earth creationist who would believe that the universe is millions of years old, there are also questions around these two subjects that deal with what is it that it deals with? Just blanked out. Having an old man moment here. It deals with whether dinosaurs were on Earth at the same time as humans. Now, again, I'm not getting into all of that. However, there's a ministry I love to point you to. Reasons to Believe with Dr. Hugh Ross and Dr. Fuzz Rana and some other folks. They do a great job of really getting into the nitty-gritty and the meat of these scientific issues. They look at carbon dating. They look at fossil records, and all these things. So even if you don't agree with their conclusions, it's a great starting place, and it can maybe spur you on to looking at some other things. Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching Everyday Theology. For more content like this, be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel.